Workers' compensation. Hey, most of us think that in order to bring a claim under workers' compensation, you need to be injured at work. But when are you at work? When aren't you at work? Well, it takes us to this week's case. It involves a woman who was a nurse, and she was working in Massachusetts. Now, she was working in Massachusetts even though she lived in California. She was a traveling nurse, and she was a contract nurse who served various hospitals around the country. And in this instance, she was sent on assignment to Massachusetts. One morning, she was getting ready to go to work, and as she walked down her outside staircase of the apartment she was renting, she suffered a fall, unfortunately broke her wrist. She brought claim under the workers' compensation program in Massachusetts. Well, the workers' compensation carrier said, hey, no coverage. No coverage there, and we find no coverage because you were not at work. And in Massachusetts, there is the going and coming rule, and the going and coming rule in Massachusetts means that if you're going to work, you're coming from work, that you are not at work, and therefore there is no coverage under workers' compensation. She argued through her attorneys, no, wait a second. I was in Massachusetts because I was performing work. I had traveled from California to Massachusetts, and basically the only reason I'm in Massachusetts is because I'm performing work. Therefore, all the time I'm there, frankly, I am at work, and therefore the fall I suffered at my apartment as I was leaving is a workers' compensation claim. It went up on appeal. And there the appellate board for workers' compensation in Massachusetts said, you are right. You are right. You are a traveling nurse. You are here in Massachusetts for the sole purpose of performing work on behalf of a contract employer. Therefore, you are at work even, frankly, when you're sleeping. And in this instance, when you suffered the fall, leaving your apartment to go to work, you were in course and scope of employment, even though in Massachusetts we have the going and coming rule that says you're not covered for workers' compensation if you are going or coming. Now, this case is not terribly unusual. There are an awful lot of people who will take assignments in other states from a contractor or even from their own employer, even though their home state is someplace else. Workers' compensation laws vary substantially from state to state. And therefore, it's very important as to where somebody brings claim for workers' compensation. And generally, the rule is that you have 3 places where you can bring claim for workers' compensation. You can bring claim where the accident happens. You can bring claim where your employer lives. You can bring claim where you were hired. If an accident happens, irrespective as to where it happens, you have the option to bring claim in these 3 jurisdictions, and the law varies. So someone who is relatively sophisticated or consults an attorney who is very good at workers' compensation will help you through that system and will allow you to find the best place to bring claim for workers' compensation. All right, we bring you this case as you bring cases every week so you understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.